The Real Housewives of New Jersey kid, Gia Giudice, is reflecting on her relationship with her father, Gia Giudice, who currently lives in the Bahamas. On the April 3 episode of her podcast, Casual Chaos with Gia Giudice, Gia Giudice's daughter spoke about visiting Joe, who's been living on the island since 2021 after his deportation from the United States. Though Gia and her sisters maintain an active relationship with their dad and visit often, the eldest Giudice sibling noted it's not always easy. "I mean, we go visit him, but it's not the same as having your father present," Gia shared on the podcast. "It's definitely rough even now. I actually just got back from visiting him. Arriving in the Bahamas is always so amazing. Leaving is the hardest part." Gia added about the challenging visits, "I don't think the tears will ever end." She later continued, "I know he might have not made the best decisions, but he wasn't ever hurting anybody. He was never malicious. There was no malicious intent, and he's just not a malicious person." Despite the challenges living apart, Joe and his daughters always celebrate their time together, including reflecting on past moments in their lives. In February, Joe took a heartfelt trip down memory lane, sharing precious throwback photos of his daughters, Gia and Melania, on Instagram. In one photo, Joe reminisced about a cherished family moment, writing, "This was a special day celebrating Gia's baptism with the family. Moments like these are what life is all about, so grateful for these memories." The image featured baby Gia in a sweet white dress and bonnet, cradled by her parents, Joe and Teresa. Another throwback showed a bundled-up baby Gia in a pink coat and a light blue striped hat, being held lovingly by Joe. Gia responded in the comments with 2 red heart emojis, clearly touched by her dad's post. Joe also included a touching photo of himself with a toddler-aged Melania, lovingly calling her his little princess as she hugged him tightly around the neck. During a recent episode of Teresa's Turning the Tables podcast, Joe opened up about how he's getting along in the Bahamas. "Well, I mean, you got friends, family. I mean, everything," he said on the episode. "You grow up someplace, you get used to everything. I mean, that's why I adapted here in the Bahamas, Nassau, because it's kind of like Americanized, and I always see American people here. So I kind of feel like I'm close to home. When I was in Italy, it wasn't really the same. It was nice, but it just felt far. Like here, it's close. It's only 2.5 hours away, and I guess because everybody comes and visits me, I don't feel like I'm too far." Gia Giudice, the eldest daughter of Gia Giudice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, has grown up in the public eye, constantly balancing her private and personal life with the pressures of fame. The story of her father, Gia Giudice, has captured the hearts of many viewers, as he was once a central figure on the show but became embroiled in legal troubles, leading to his eventual deportation to the Bahamas in 2021. Though his time in the public spotlight has been clouded by controversy, Gia's love for her father remains strong, even from a distance. Gia's relationship with her father has always been layered. For years, she watched her family go through the struggles of Joe's legal issues, his incarceration, and his eventual deportation to the Bahamas. But despite the pain, she and her sisters maintained their close bond with Joe. The emotional toll of seeing their father taken away from them and separated from the family was heavy, especially for Gia, who had always been her father's little girl. The transition to life without him in the United States was difficult, but it also led to a new chapter in their relationship. Instead of seeing him daily, they had to adjust to the rhythm of traveling to visit him in the Bahamas, a distance that would create a mix of anticipation and sorrow. Gia's feelings about visiting her dad in the Bahamas were shared openly on her podcast, Casual Chaos with Gia Giudice, on April 3. Her voice, though steady, carried the weight of someone who has lived through the pain of separation and the bittersweet joy of reunion. She revealed that while she and her sisters visit their dad regularly, the experience is far from easy. "I mean, we go visit him, but it's not the same as having your father present. Gia said, the vulnerability in her tone impossible to ignore. It's definitely rough even now. I actually just got back from visiting him. Arriving in the Bahamas is always so amazing. Leaving is the hardest part. These words resonated deeply with anyone who's experienced the heartbreak of saying goodbye to someone they love. Gia's candor about her emotional journey spoke volumes about her strength and the ongoing struggle she faces.